Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Facts Not Included's Tangent Friday. Woo, okay. It's been a big week here at Facts Not Included. Not only for us, actually getting ready for the launch of our website coming April 22nd. That's Monday, factsnotincluded.com. But a lot of news has been filtering through the interwebs and into our eyes and into our ears. And so that's what we're here to talk about today. I decided that we're going to talk all about Star Wars Celebration, a little bit of Disney Plus possibly, and some news coming out of Avengers Endgame. And then whatever else comes into my head is what we're going to discuss today on FNI. Whew, okay, so first things first, just a reminder, I know I just mentioned it, but just a reminder, our website is launching Monday, April 22nd. So Sunday at midnight, Sunday at 11:59. Once that clock hits 12, the website should be up. If not, it'll be up later in the morning. But it is going to be up that day on Monday, I promise you. Today, being Friday, I promised all of you that our logo, our new logo, is going to be launching on all of our social media platforms, as well as of course, when you look us up for podcasting, you're going to see this new logo on every single platform. Our new logo launched. We have two logos. It still says Facts Not Included. It's very reminiscent of the original logo, the logo we use now, but it's a little bit more, I guess, modern looking or something, whatever. And then we have a abbreviated FNI logo that we're going to be using in some areas as well. So again, factsnotincluded.com launches on Monday, and then the new logo drops tomorrow. Today. I don't know why I said tomorrow. Anyway, that being said, we move on. Another thing I want to announce for the website, if you are aware of this, we've mentioned him many times on the podcast, and we're very proud to announce that he will be joining us. I'm going to announce it today, but officially on social media tomorrow. Mr. A.D. Greer will be joining the FactsNotIncluded.com team. He will be writing blogs for us on there, and you'll get to read the wonderful writings of Mr. A.D. He will be writing, we're in the process of figuring out what type of things he'll be writing. But don't be surprised if there's things regarding books, of course, because he is an author, regarding books, specifically probably children's books and whatnot. We're also going to be looking at him delving into the world of DC Universe and talking about those shows. Very exciting about that. And, of course, being a writer, he might be talking about writing. We shall see, but all the details about that will be coming on as we get closer to him putting his stuff on the website. But just wanted to tease that a little bit. Also, for factsnotincluded.com, don't forget that we will be having our own content on there in regards to my writing, Antonio's writing, and Mike's writing. So yeah, don't forget about that. factsnotincluded.com, where you can listen to the podcast, read our blogs, join the forum, and of course, purchase merchandise for Facts Not Included. All the money that will ever be generated for Facts Not Included goes towards the podcast. It goes towards us getting new equipment, us getting just the ability to get you guys what you want and what you need, and that means better content, more content. So, again, all proceeds of the merchandise that is bought through TeePublic that comes to us will be going towards the podcast. I will be making spreadsheets on how much money we make, and if need to be made public to you guys, we will do so. We want to be as transparent as possible. But anyway, let's get into today's episode. Let's do this. So, last week, Disney finally gave more details, not all the details, but more details about Disney Plus. Disney Plus apparently now is going to be launching in November of this year. We all knew it was going to likely come in the fall. We just didn't know exactly when. I believe the date is November 12th, if I'm not mistaken. November 12th is the date for Disney Plus. $6.99 a month. Think about that. $7 a month. You get all things Disney, all things Marvel, all things Pixar, and National Geographic now. And they said on launch date, Simpsons will be on there. It's fascinating. It's mind-blowing. Obviously, okay, here's the thing. Obviously, not every Disney movie, not every Pixar movie, not every Marvel movie will be there day one. That is a given. They want to make sure that they can get enough subscribers as the months go on. And what better way to get new subscribers if you just tease that next month or the month after that, this movie's coming on the service. Makes total sense. What I like about all of this is that I think you're getting more bang for your buck here in regards to the content you're getting versus maybe a Netflix. I, as you know, maybe you don't know, I am a huge fan of Netflix. I've been a subscriber since probably 2012. Gonna say maybe 2013. Huge subscriber of theirs. Love what they're doing, but they just are going to hike up. They just they didn't just announce this, but they just made me sign. Like, you know when you go on Netflix and sometimes they're like, oh, there's an update. Well, now I turned on my Netflix the other day and it was like, just a reminder that your bill's going up to $12.99 in May. And I was like, oh God, I forgot about that. So now I'm going to be paying $13 a month for Netflix. Now, I do understand why they need to charge more. They want to make more money because they're losing a lot of money, and this will hopefully help them out a lot. My thing is, Netflix, there's a lot of great original content on there. Don't get me wrong. There's some amazing things on there. Netflix just has a hard time of getting certain people to find that content. They do a very poor job of marketing their own content. They do a pretty good job of marketing the content that necessarily isn't theirs, but they do a really good job. They do a really good job of that, but not a good job in regards to marketing their own. With the Umbrella Academy, living in New York, we got to see some really cool advertising here in New York in regards to that show. Bryant Park had a giant umbrella, and it was a lot of fun to see that. Other than that, I wonder what the marketing was around the country. I wonder what the marketing was around the rest of the city, because I work in the city. I work in Manhattan, and I don't live in Manhattan, but I work in Manhattan, and I saw the giant umbrella, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. What's that? And then I looked into it. It was the Umbrella Academy. They don't do that for a lot of their shows. They don't. House of Cards, when House of Cards was a thing, they did big marketing for that. Orange is the New Black, big marketing for that. But for their other shows, they don't do an amazing job at getting the audience to latch on. It's amazing how much new content I find on Netflix that has been there for months or maybe a year or so that I didn't even know existed until the day I found it. And it's kind of sad. They need to do a better job. Anyway, so Disney Plus, $6.99 a month, or you could pay, I think it was like $60-something for the year. $69.99. There we go. $69.99, and you can get it for about that comes out to about $5 and change per month, but you have to pay it in one shot. Wow, unbelievable! You're getting all this amazing content. Again, like I said, not everything's going to be there day one, but there's going to be a lot of stuff day one. A lot of stuff. They said all their Disney classics or whatever they call them, the Platinum Collection, whatever. Well, the Walt Disney Platinum Collection is going to be there day one. From what I understand, that's like Cinderella, Snow White, all the like legit Disney movies. That's going to be their day one. Pixar movies, they're going to be getting there slowly within the year. It's just going to be beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful to see what we could do on there. The fact that we could binge The Simpsons on Disney Plus. You could do it on FXX or whatever it was, but I don't. You can't do that anymore, I guess. So now that we'll be able to do it on Disney Plus is going to be really cool. So there's that. I'm excited. I'm going to definitely subscribe to that, likely day one. Am I going to do the first year purchase? Probably not. Probably. I don't know. I got to really think about it. Like maybe I'll do like a trial run. They'll probably have a trial run and see how that is. And if I really love it, definitely going to buy it out for the year. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. And I think this is the thing we want to talk about the most, or maybe not. We'll see. But It's got the world buzzing over. People are very excited to see what this movie's going to be about. And as you know, Star Wars Celebration was this past weekend, and on Friday, we got it. We got it. We got them to come out with the teaser trailer for Episode 9. Ah, man. It's weird. Okay, so full disclosure, as you know, I'm a bigger fan of The Last Jedi than I am of The Force Awakens. Yes, The Force Awakens was probably more fun. Yes, I could say that. It was more fun. But The Last Jedi, for me, worked in the places where I needed it to work. Yes, there are moments in The Last Jedi that do not work overall. Like what's the better film completely? That's a solid question for me. I don't know yet. I still don't know yet. But the moments that I needed to be hit in The Last Jedi hit more. Well, they hit. Like, they knocked it out of the park for me in the places I needed them to. In The Force Awakens, I didn't even know what to expect. No one knew what was going to be happening, so I didn't really have to check off a lot of boxes for me. The Last Jedi did. That being said, J.J. Abrams is back, as you know, and he's going to be doing... Well, he already made it. Episode 9. What does that mean for the story? What does that mean for Rey? What does that mean for Kylo Ren? Does he retcon anything that Rian Johnson did? Does he not touch any of that? It is clear that through interviews that he says that there's more to the Rey parentage than what we were, I guess, told in The Last Jedi. And I get that. That's the part of the film in The Last Jedi that I understand that you could tweak a bit. Because Kylo could have easily just lied to Rey. Maybe she was always lied to about her parents. Maybe they lied to her about who they were. Do you get what I'm saying? So all of that could be legit. It happens all the time to people. People are foster kids. They're always lied to and told that maybe those are their real parents in the sense of biological. And all these things like that. So this is very, very simple to touch around. To touch. So, that being said, I hope he doesn't retcon anything else. Like, Snoke better not be coming back. Luke better not be coming back in regards to full flesh. He better just be a Force ghost and all that. So the teaser trailer itself has me questioning a couple of things. As you know, the obvious thing is how the hell is Palpatine back? Right? How is Darth Sidious? How is he back? How is Emperor Palpatine, Senator Palpatine, whatever you want to call him? How is the Dark Lord of the Sith back? He was basically burned to a crisp being thrown down that shaft. And then the Death Star exploded. How is he back? What planet is that on that they see the Death Star in the ocean? Is that Endor? Is that another planet? How is this even happening? It's crazy. Because if you follow the comics or read any of the books or stuff like that, the story that they've been telling in regards to Palpatine and the fall of the Empire, Palpatine had a set of guidelines and rules to be followed after his death. And they were followed pretty thoroughly, for the most part. And there was this obviously massive loss of power. The Empire has now fallen. There is no main leader. People were called to action to lead. They failed. And all these things happened. There was factions around the galaxy and so on and so forth. And then there was the rise of the First Order. The question being is, did he cheat death? Is he alive? Or is this going to be some sort of Force thing? Is this going to be some sort of holocron? What is going on? It's clear that we're going to see him because they brought out Ian McDiarmid at Star Wars Celebration just after the trailer hit. So it's clear he's going to be in the movie, but in what form? I think he's alive, but to what extent is his going to? To what extent is going to be his involvement in this movie? I have no idea. It confuses me a bit because and I know I've talked about this before in the past, a lot of people don't like the idea that you have to watch the movies and also be involved in the comics and the books. It's a lot of work. I get that. But now everything that is going on, now that Sheev Palpatine, Mr. Darth Sidious is back, I would go read those books. I would go read, the Aftermath series. I would go read the Battlefront 2 book. I would go play Battlefront 2. I would go figure out everything you need to know post Return of the Jedi, current canon stuff about Palpatine. There's stuff there. So I want to make sure that people understand that, yes, Disney is, I think, okay, because the issue before was Disney's not making anyone, or Lucasfilm's not making anyone really want to go buy this stuff in some cases because it's not super connected to the movies. They are connected, but there's nothing really going, oh, I must read this. Or a lot of it was just, all right, if I read it, it gives me some extra stuff, some extra backstory, some extraness. But now, I think it is an excellent time to go back and read these new books, to go back and read these new comics, to maybe give an understanding of what's going on back there. Why were we lied to in the sense of, in the world? It happens. It happens. People fake their deaths. People do X, Y, Z. Why has he been gone, though, for so long? 30, 40 years. Why has he been gone so long, and what has he been doing? That is a hard question, and they're going to need to answer that in Episode 9. Another thing we see in the trailer, teaser trailer, is Rey trying to outrun a TIE fighter, some sort of TIE fighter that's basically Kylo Ren's TIE fighter. I don't think that's Kylo in there. They show the hands, and they purposely do not show the face. What do I think it is? I think it's a force projection type of thing that, she's probably learning how to do. Maybe Luke is helping her out with the force projection stuff. I don't think he's really there. Now, they could be pulling something where it is him, but they don't want to show that they're working together yet. They don't want to show that part in the trailer. And maybe she's trying to help him out in some sense of turning him back to the light. I think he's gone full dark side. I don't know if they're going to have him be redeemed, but who the hell knows at this point? Maybe they're going to tell us something that's like, oh, well, in all honesty, this is what he's going to do. To save the day, he's going to join the light side, and here we go. I don't want to see that. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. At this very moment in time, I do not want to see Kylo redeemed. I think he's gone full berserker. Now, that being said, if you could somehow make me feel, if you could make me go, all right, I see what you're doing there. I got you. I think he's cool. I think he's a good guy, But if you're going to throw this at me and say he's going to be good, maybe the other thing, what's the name of this movie? It's called Rise of Skywalker. What does that mean? Does it have to do with Luke? Does it have to do with Rey? Does it have to do with Kylo? Does it have to do with none of them? Does it have to do with the new order of these new Jedi, and they're called the Skywalkers? Like this whole, everything that people are talking about, there's so many theories out there. What does it all mean? My joke was, I was telling this to the guys, my joke was, I'm partial to this. I'm very partial to this. I want Palpatine to name the movie in the movie. Like, I want him to go like, it was all about Anakin. He was the rise of the Skywalker. Like, I want him, something stupid and cheesy like that. I want to see that. I don't know why, but I just do. Like, he's going to mention Anakin most likely. He's going to mention Vader. I hope, you would not like your grandfather. Something fucking stupid like that. He's gonna say that to Kylo Ren. And there's a theory going around that Kylo tries to inhabit the body of Palpatine. He tries to become Palpatine in some sense. Like he finds some relic or whatever, and he tries to take his soul or whatever, and Palpatine becomes Kylo, and that's or Palpatine, you know, either or one of the other. Like that's a weird theory. That's possible though. Wouldn't it be so far fetched, you know, and the weird things they do in these stories. But anyway, that's the Skywalker teaser. I'm very excited to see that. I was very happy. It brought me almost to tears seeing Leia there. That was beautiful. Knowing that they're using unused footage from the Force Awakens. That's really cool. So I'm going to move on to the next thing, The Mandalorian. Oh, the show looks freaking fantastic. They did not show the clips for The Mandalorian on the stream online on YouTube, but people have been able to watch, and I haven't seen it. I saw like seconds of it. I don't want to see it. But there's some jackass recorded it, put it online, put The Mandalorian stuff out there. From what I'm getting from the team, from what I'm getting from what people saw at Star Wars Celebration, this show is everything any fan, old and new, has ever wanted from a Star Wars show. And if that holds true, if that rings true to just the 9th degree, like if it's half true, seriously, that's all I could have ever asked for. A show, a live action Star Wars show? Who could have ever dreamt of that ever happening? It's beautiful. Urgh. Okay? So we got Pedro Pascal, and he looks like he's so excited to be there. Jon Favreau directing and or producing the show. Dave Filoni, God himself, Dave Filoni, being a part of this show brings tears to my eyes, because not only has he been there since the beginning of the new regime that Lucas started in the late 90s, 2000s. He's been there since then, basically, and has been essentially Lucas's right-hand man when Lucas was there. The fact that he's now doing live-action stuff blows my mind, man. He deserves it. The beautiful stories that he tells, the taking what he takes from old Star Wars lore and mixes it into the new canon. He does it so flawlessly. This man deserves an Emmy. He deserves all the accolades. What he's done for the Clone Wars and Rebels, and what he's doing now for the Clone Wars, I'll get to that in a second, and what he's doing now for the Mandalorian. I'm just so blown out of my mind that he's a part of that. Werner Herzog apparently is the villain here in The Mandalorian. What does that even mean? Like, we're going to get some weird German-sounding, which is not a surprise, it's Star Wars, officer? Or what is he? Like, what? I wonder what type of character he's playing. I really don't want to go into The Mandalorian, because I want to keep myself spoiler-free for that show. I don't want to know anything. So I haven't been really reading about it. All I know is that people are very hyped about the show, and it's everything we could have ever asked for. And something that I've always wanted to ask for was a new season of the Clone Wars. Of course, we're getting season 7 now. I think 7, right? For the Clone Wars on Disney Plus. As you know, when Disney bought bought Star Wars, I think it was their decision to end the Clone Wars and only release it on Netflix, and it was like these weird 6 episodes or whatever it was, or how many it was, and they were just little vignette stories. They were like their own side quests. Yoda going on this journey to find a Sith relic and to see Darth Bane. Well, he manages to see Darth Bane. He's trying to figure out how to become a Force ghost, and like, how does that work? All these things like that. Jar Jar learning more things and whatnot. So, like, it's a weird ending to a series that had so much connective tissue to it, to have a season that wasn't really connected and was going on its own 7 different tangents. It was just strange to see that. Now that we're back in the world of the Clone Wars, gets me really ticklish, really excited. So I want to see if I could find the Clone Wars trailer. Clone Wars Season 7 trailer. I'm going to play that for you guys here. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
I'm not coming back.
This is when Ahsoka
You're
left.
making a mistake.
It's all black and white.
Maybe,
Now it's in color.
but I have to sort this out on my own. Without the council. And without you.
I remember that. That was so heartbreaking when she left.
Where exactly are you from? I used to live in the upper levels of Coruscant.
You're probably better off down here. With the Jedi running around, starting wars.
I've watched so many of my brothers fall during this war. Fives, Echo, Heavy.
Master Yoda, your thoughts on how to win the war?
No longer certain that one ever does win a war. I am.
You'll never see any Jedi around here. It's not safe down here. Things could have gotten messy for you. That's why I've got my ship.
What squad are we taking in? Experimental Unit Clone Force 99.
The cavalry has arrived! Company! Attention!
Glad to have you back, Commander.
The good is new. Maybe a little better.
I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here?
All right, that's sweet. So if you know anything, about that voice you just heard at the end there, that of course was Darth Maul. And if you follow the Clone Wars, it makes sense to have his story bleed into this season because of where his story goes in the Clone Wars seasons 1 through 5 or 6. They call them the season 6, but I think it's technically season 7. But I guess they're not. I wonder what they're doing with that season that ended on Netflix. It wasn't that season 6? I'm very confused here. But anyway, yeah. So Darth Maul's story, of course, intertwines in the prequel era of Star Wars and obviously ends in the world of Rebels, where he is killed. Spoiler alert, but if you don't know this by now, what are you doing? Killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine. So it makes sense that he's in this season. I'm so excited to see that. Little teaser things. Star Wars. Remember a couple of years ago they were making a game called Star Wars 1313. You see that here in the trailer. That little circular area where she's trying to drive down. That is 1313, and that's kind of like a Mandalorian thing. I don't know too much about 1313, but the game was supposed to revolve around Boba Fett in his early adult childhood, so I remember that being a thing. So it's very likely that it's a Mandalorian area. It's very likely it's the underground area. And the Clone Force 99, known as the Bad Batch, they are, they're somewhat of an interesting group. They're a very interesting group. They've been in the Clone Wars before, so I'm so excited to see them back. They're a dark group of clones. So anyway, let's oh, I cannot wait to get Disney Plus now. I'm so getting Disney Plus without a doubt. And it's funny, I'd seen these trailers already. So, but Ahsoka, if you know anything about Ahsoka, she had left the Order. Now she's back in this season, so it explains why she's still on a good side in regards to individuals and when it comes to rebels. But she clearly goes off the path. If you read the Ahsoka novel, she goes off the path into this world of gray Jedi type of idea. This not wanting to be anywhere other than the middle, and understand that there needs to be a balance. And she got that from Anakin. She got that from her teachings and stuff. So I'm really excited of how this season's going to lead her down that path of realizing that maybe I should not stay again. I should move on in a sense again. So we shall see about that. Another thing that came out this, I'm going to get into this really quickly and then we could end the episode, I guess. But another thing that came out this weekend is Jedi Fallen Order. If you know anything about this game, which no one really does, it is a game that is focused around the Jedi after the Order 66, which is the purge on the Jedi after Darth Sidious fully takes over in Episode 3. There was thousands upon thousands of Jedi out there, and all of them were ordered to be murdered by Vader and his goons, by the clones. This story follows a Jedi who's played by the kid that plays the Joker character, or whatever character that is, in Gotham. He's also in another show that I can't think of right now. But anyway, it's played by that kid. So this story takes place between Sith and, I think, Rebels? Sith and Rebels? That would make a lot of sense based off where Rebels is in regards to Kanan. The second main character in Star Wars Rebels. If you know anything about that, I'm sorry. Like, here's the thing. I'm sorry if I'm like just rambling with Star Wars knowledge and stuff, but it's just something that's a part of me that it just comes out. So, oops, if I'm letting you guys know information that you don't want to know, I'm really sorry. But anyway, so the story of this game, it's a story game, and that's what EA wanted to make sure was the deal. They didn't want to put multiplayer in here. They claim there's no loot boxes. They claim there's no any stupid transactions that would cause the game to be played differently for any other player. It's a story game, so it's up to you to progress the game on your own. But apparently the story is this kid's trying to he's hiding his powers because he's a member of the Empire now. He needs a job, so he needs to work. So he's working for the Empire, and slowly but surely his powers, I guess, are starting to get seen by other individuals in the Empire. And I guess he gets caught at some point, and at some point he's just like, fuck it, I'm just going to be who I am. I found all these Jedi texts or relics or whatever it may be, and I'm just going to be what I was born to be. And I love story. It's a Jedi coming of age story, and it's so beautiful that we could play a game like that, and I cannot wait. Because, listen, I trust EA this time. And it's funny because I said that during Battlefront 2, and I was lied to. So, but I do trust EA this time around. I hope I should. I have no idea. But I'm very excited for the Jedi Fallen Order. Now, moving on, there's something really quick I want to talk about because it's disgusting. It's gotten me so sick because... Again, it's a first world problem, but it's not cool. It's really not cool, guys. There's a guy out there, or whatever they want to call themselves, an asshole. He's not even I wouldn't even give the name guy or girl to this person. They're an asshole. They got to see Avengers Endgame early. And again, we do spoilers here in Facts Not Included, but I'm not spoiling anything because I haven't seen it. And the clip that he put up. And I don't plan on doing it because I want this movie to be pretty clean for me. apparently this jackass got to see the movie early somewhere around the world, due to them doing early releases and or early screenings, whatever it may have been. I don't know how they got to see it. I don't care. Point being is they recorded footage of the movie, spliced up some stuff together, and there's about a 5-minute video going around the world that has major spoilers in the video. It is, I think, led, I don't know if this was due to the video or what, but it's led Marvel or Kevin Feige or whoever to release a letter to the fans stating that stay away from all social media, stay away from all spoilers if possible until you see the movie, and make sure you keep your mouth shut until people see the film. I'm going to let you know right now, we are seeing it that Friday. We will have a spoiler full review on by that Monday, the 29th. I believe that is the 29th. You do not have to listen to the episode. You do not have to listen to the episode that Monday that we release it on the 29th, but it's going to be there for you to listen to in the future once you do see the movie. Because I understand, all the tickets are sold out. I get it. You're likely not going to be able to see it the first weekend. So many people are going to go see it. It's very likely that whoever you may be, might not be seeing it. We are able to see it because somehow I managed to get tickets. But my point being is there will be a spoiler review up, but the question is, are you going to listen to it right away? Do not listen to it if you have not seen the film. People that are spoiler hungry, that's on you. And another thing is there's media outlets that are also sharing this, and they're talking about the spoilers that are in the video in their articles, talking about the asshole spoiler. Like, they're like, oh, the guy, he made a mistake and spoiled. Here's what he spoiled. And it's like, you're just talking about how terrible that is, and you're doing it yourself. I don't understand what the hell's wrong with these news outlets. What's going on? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I was rambling about my ideas here. I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm really excited about Disney Plus. Rise of Skywalker, what does it mean? It's just the teaser trailer. Just keep that in mind. They're trying to get us just excited for it, being that there was such a divisive film that had just recently come out in The Last Jedi. They want to get us pumped for this one, so what better way than doing what they did in that teaser trailer. Mandalorian looks pretty awesome. Clone Wars, super stoked for that. Get to finally get the ending we wanted in Clone Wars. And the Jedi Fallen Order sounds like a cool game. But EA better not mess it up. But again, keep in mind, FactsNotIncluded.com is launching this Monday, April 22nd. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be pretty epic. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Do not spoil Endgame for anybody. Thank you, and please have a good day. Peace out. Bye-bye.